Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hype Check Pod. This week we are excited to finally get to the end of the Nolan trilogy. That makes it sound bad, but we are going to talk about our honest reactions to The Dark Knight Rises. And I believe for all of us, there are some thoughts. So let me throw the housekeeping in first. Hey everyone, we're a brand new podcast, and we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. And every week, as we go through looking at movies, trailer reactions, we're going to do games and TV shows, all things we love about them. And if you want to support us, you are more than welcome to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Rate us on things like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and obviously we're here in YouTube. So if you want to leave a comment, you are more than welcome to. There is a buy us a coffee link. So if you believe we're going above and beyond, then we really appreciate the additional support. And if not, everything else is fine. As long as you're watching the content, that's all that's really important. But again, let's get into it because I'm really excited to talk about this one with you guys because obviously we've gone through the last couple of weeks. We've watched Batman Begins. We've done the epic Dark Knight. So we've done the first 2/3 of the Nolan trilogy. And obviously we had to do Dark Knight Rises. So Rich, Andy, how are you guys going? Rich, how are you going, man?
Good, man. Enjoyed the long weekend. So finally got to go around and watch Dark Knight Rises as well. And yeah, eager to talk about it. I want to hear Andy's point of view this
So
week.
do I. So do I. And so Andy, let's just start off with how are you, man? How you going? How's your week?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good long weekend. So yeah, no, it was good.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's do like we always do. Let's just get straight into it and go with our spoiler-free thoughts around The Dark Knight. Andy, I'm going to save you to last because as soon as we have yours, I really want to just go into like the spoiler.
This up way too much.
No, man, because I'm excited to know your thoughts around it. So, Rich, I'm going to start with you. Hey, man, how did you find rewatching The Dark Knight Rises, man?
I watched it this time and I thought of some things we'll go into, but still didn't mind it. Still good Batman story. Continuation of The Dark Knight. So you kind of tell that, you know, due to Heath Ledger's death, they had to change a few things, and you could tell how the structure of the film would be different. But no, I still enjoyed it. Watched it again and hadn't watched it, I think, in a year or two. So
yeah,
I was happy to rewatch it and eager to hear your thoughts about it.
I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than I have, and it's probably my least watched out of all of them. So again, I think for me, Batman Begins is probably the one I watched the most, and then Dark Knight, even though Dark Knight is a better movie. But watching it in a row and watching it really close together, I actually really enjoyed it this time more than I believe I have. When I first saw it, was not a fan. I was just like, oh, what is this? What's happened? Like, okay, let me take it back. Saying not a fan is this movie's still awesome.
Yeah.
But compared to the two previous movies, it just is completely different in regards to how you just take everything in. So again, especially after The Dark Knight, I mean, obviously Heath Ledger being amazing in that, the story, how it was woven together, how dark the movie actually was. This one, I really enjoyed this time because I think I was just able to watch them close together. So I actually found it more enjoyable this time. Are there weird bits in this movie that don't make sense? Maybe. Are there things that don't seem to be not coherent, but they just seem to happen very quickly? So again, this movie is 164 minutes long. So it's not like it's short, and it still feels like some things were rushed. But I think for a movie that's almost 3 hours long, I think they rushed a bit. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I probably enjoyed it the most I've ever enjoyed this movie, and maybe it's just because I've watched them all successively and gone, okay, cool. It makes sense as a story. So, Andy, no hype at all, man. Andy, what are your spoiler-free thoughts around Dark Knight Rises? We've got a spoiler-free. What do you think of the movie, man?
For a movie that I fucking hated when I came out of the cinemas. I've seen it a stupid amount of times. I've seen it like 5 times, and I hated this movie coming out of the movies.
Wow.
And so there is something in that. And like you, Dave, I enjoyed it a lot more this time, and it made a lot more sense watching it after watching Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. So I think it made a whole lot more sense to me this time. And I think, like we said, both of you guys have said that, it felt different. It's a different kind of movie in a way, without Heath Ledger and such a high bar with The Dark Knight that maybe that led to, me not liking it. But as a whole, I think it's definitely probably the most I've enjoyed watching The Dark Knight Rises.
Cool.
It was a tough act to follow, right? It was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that more now than I did when I watched it at the movies. That's for sure.
Like, because now thinking about it, it was a 4-year difference. 4 years
I think
since
it's
Dark Knight.
3 or 4. 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
And
3.
it was like, I think people still had the Joker and Heath Ledger in their mind when they watched this. I reckon a lot of people would have thought of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I didn't. I guess I appreciate a lot more this time than I did any other time.
Okay, we're still spoiler free. How'd you feel of the other characters in the movie? And again, I'm going to pick on Anne Hathaway. I'm going to look at Selena Kyle, like the character, because obviously since this came out, we've had the Pattinson Batman, we've had a Selena, we've had her played pretty effectively by Zoe Kravitz. So I thought she was really good in the Batman as the character of Selena Kyle, and they gave the story a bit of a spin as well. And again, at this point in time, is when Anne Hathaway was probably just in everything. So again, I don't know how you guys feel. How do you feel about her portrayal as Selena, like as Catwoman?
I didn't mind it. To be honest, it's something different, right? It's not the whole cat, who when the 60s and the old, they were just going, look at Batman Returns, for Christ's sakes, compared to this.
Yeah.
It's Michelle Pfeiffer going around all the time and going, the only thing that she really had about the Catwoman is the ears, right? Her glasses that turn into ears. And that's pretty much all it was.
Yeah.
There wasn't really
think out loud, Gelfie. Think out there, no perfects or anything.
It didn't have a cheese factor with her. Like it was played a lot more grounded, I guess. But I just, other than can I talk spoilers or I can't?
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Everyone, we are now spoiler heavy. Why not? Because it makes it easy. It's easy to have a better conversation if we go spoiler heavy. So yeah, man, we are spoiler heavy. Do it. Do it.
So other than her leading Batman to Bane, I don't see. There's not much point to her character. I know she's meant to be his love interest and all that, but I didn't. Again, the chemistry just wasn't there for me anyway.
I think what I saw in this one, and again, it sort of fits. It's sort of opposite to your thought, because I usually don't like her in there. I think she was pretty, not bad, but she just was average as Catwoman. I didn't think there was any substance to her character in this one. As I was watching this one, there's these mannerisms and these things that I noticed that I've never really looked at before. How she was really good at transition into a situation, which I never really paid attention to. Like, I thought she maybe overacted a little bit in the past, but in this one, when she's giving Bruce's the prints of his fingers, how she goes from kicking everyone's ass, grabbing a gun, shooting a couple of the henchmen, to then just lying on the floor and screaming because she's pretending to be this victim. I think she actually did a good job in this one. Now, she's the best Catwoman. That's all right. If Mello wants out, Mello wants out.
A real cat wants to go out.
Real cat, yeah.
And the cat's leaving. And it was like, I actually felt she actually did a lot more of that duality of of being able to just fit a scenario and fit into a situation. And she was always acting so, like the part where she kicks his cane away, like she sits there all timid and, oh, you know, she's just been busted with his mother's pearls. The safe is uncrackable. And then she goes from this timid, you know, servant to being, you know, oh, you know, I wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't hit a woman as much. I wouldn't hurt a cripple. And she kicks away his cane and she just becomes more confident. So I think for me, she was actually a lot better. And maybe it's just because it was more of us paying attention more to her in scenarios where you could actually see her just be different in each thing depending on the scenario, because she's a survivor, right? In her head, she just gets by surviving. And I was like, okay. So yeah, sorry, man. That's where my mind flipped to, because if you look at a couple of things, like she goes from one personality to another and it's all a survival mechanism. And then there's only those few parts where she's really talking to Bruce Wayne more than anyone, that she's actually more the actual Selena Kyle. So I thought she actually did a good job, which was different from Talia al Ghul. It's just like, I don't know. He fell in love in like 4 minutes. So who knows?
Yeah, but I reckon also the character development of Selena Kyle from, I get it. She was running away from something. I can't remember what she was running away from. That's why she wanted a clean slate, right? So she wanted to reset her records, and to the end of the movie, she's willing to come back, and you know, so there was progression. There was, you know, that she came back to save Bruce. Yeah, so that she, you know, she didn't give a shit about Gotham and stuff like that, and then literally at the end, she came back to save it. To try to save it with Bruce. So I didn't mind it. Like, it's a bit more, all the rest of the Catwomen do pretty much in other movies or comic-y, I find it.
Yeah.
Like even the Zoe Kravitz one, I find it a little bit, you know, is it really Catwoman? That kind of sense.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. But
I'm taking to leave it. Take it or leave it.
I guess that's the hardest thing with Catwoman, right? Because comic book wise, she's got such a history, and especially her and Bruce, and the fact that they had Selena Kyle, Talia al Ghul, and Bruce Wayne / Batman in this one. It's like those multiple love interests that have been there for many decades in regards to the comic books, because I mean, there's always the arc of, you know, the love-hate relationship of Selena and Bruce, and even the animated series where it goes to that very full-on that he changes completely for her. And then you've got the flip side of having Talia al Ghul, who's the mother of Damien, who becomes Robin in certain comical runs as well. It's like, okay, it's pretty interesting to put both of those very massive love interests at one point or another, or one story or another, into this movie, along with Bane. Because again, you've got heavy hitters in regards to Batman mythos and mythology, and, you know, the man who breaks the bat in the comic books, you know, the mother of one of the Robins, whose son's brought up by Ra's al Ghul as well, and as a League of Shadows and shit. And then you got Selena Kyle, the Catwoman, that is always this love-hate. So it's a really interesting one that, you know, Nolan and Goya decided to put that many characters into this movie, which are all pretty pinnacle to a Batman story arc, or at least a Batman mythology and history, where it's quite interesting to see how they've just gone and put everything into it. So
specifically Robin as well.
Yeah, and a weird take on Robin as well.
I didn't mind it, though. I didn't mind it. It was a good homage to it, right?
Well,
I think they did a good. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's like everyone, at some point in the movie, everyone knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Like somehow, like, so what's his name? The guy that plays Robin.
JGL.
Yeah. He knows. You know, Bane knows that Bruce. Okay, actually, let me backtrack. When I first watched this, that was one of the annoying things about watching this, is I didn't get who these people were. I wasn't really following the story that much. That Bane was part of a League of Shadows and all that kind of thing. And but when I watched it the first time, like, he just knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. I was like, well, fuck, hang on. Like, everyone seems to know that, except for Gordon.
Gordon the only one until the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Oh, Bruce Wayne. And again, it's the only kid he's ever put a jacket on, right? Gordon's been a cop for 30 years. Only person, Bruce Wayne. It's like, you're a shit detective. That's why you're the commissioner of police, because you're a shit detective.
But that was one of my grievances with the movie when I first watched it. But I think watching it again, like as we talked about, watching it so close to watching the first two, it made a lot more sense. So I kind of went, okay, that makes more sense. What did you feel like when you first watched it? Because you didn't like what didn't you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
I didn't like. I don't know. It's so long ago that I have to go off what I can remember. I didn't enjoy Batman in the daytime. I hated him fighting Bane in the middle of the street in Gotham in daytime. Like, it's the Dark Knight.
Didn't like that.
He lives in the shadows, right? You don't see Batman in the daytime very often. And this movie, the last third of the movie, it's all daytime. So it's Batman. It's a dude in a suit. The fear factor of Batman is gone because everyone goes, it's a dude in a suit. Okay. He's fighting with 6 billion cops.
It's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And it's like, and also I didn't like Anne Hathaway at the beginning. So again, the first time I watched it, didn't like their version of Selena Kyle. I liked the Talia twist, but that happened. It was very weird how it just went to it. How did he escape the pit and get back to Gotham within 27 days? He's broke. He has no money. Everyone thinks he's dead. How did Bruce Wayne get back? So there's these jumps of logic that sit there and go, he's got no Alfred, so it's not like he can get on a plane. He's just lost everything with Wayne.
And he was such a wet blanket. The first time I watched it, like, I was just like, fuck, get over it, Alfred. He's fucking Batman, Let him be Batman. Let his old ass busted up fucking Bruce Wayne be Batman,
So I just didn't like the way the story went. Like, I thought, cool. And I think they spent, again, the first time, they spent too long in the build-up of the end of Gotham. Like, they spent too long in the apocalyptic-looking Gotham where it's just been taken over and overrun. I didn't like it. I just think that went long.
Yeah.
Flip it into the last couple of weeks. I never realized, and again, this is probably because it was you're looking at 7 years between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. You don't pay attention to how much it actually is a sequel to Batman Begins and not The Dark Knight. And I think that's one of the first things I took this time was saying to myself, there's so much that ties in, and even bits and pieces from The Dark Knight, obviously Harvey Dent and the letter and all these bits and pieces. And it just made more sense because we watched it consecutively, right? And that's where I think my mind really changed around how good it was a sequel to Batman Begins, and it closed a lot of the Batman Begins story as well, because it very much starts with Bruce Wayne trying to become the myth, the Batman.
Yeah.
To this one, almost the final scene. It's the Batman. He's flying off with the bomb across it, and like the hope of the city, of the children of Gotham, all these orphans, is fucking Batman. So the symbol that he always wanted to be is now there. But again, you put that in between having Heath Ledger's Joker and The Dark Knight and that singular story that was so separate from 1 and then separate from 3. You just sit there and go, like, The Dark Knight, you would not have to watch another Batman movie to understand that movie. You could sit in there and go, you could catch up pretty quick. Like, you wouldn't really need to watch Batman Begins to understand the Joker story inside The Dark Knight, because it's not necessary. It is a standalone story that fits, and you can watch it and you can just sit and go, that was a fucking awesome movie. This one, you need to understand the plot points, is really Batman Begins and some of The Dark Knight, because there are obviously tie-ins. Like the Dent Act obviously is an important one. The letter that Gordon has is an important one, because obviously he's just shattered because all he wants to do is tell everyone the truth, and that's such a burden on him. So Gordon's so broken by the end of this movie because the thing he wanted to do the most, Bane steals from him, tells Gotham all these 1,000 people that been put away from the Dent Act and have just been incarcerated and have no trial, etc. It's all bullshit. And he sees the ramifications of that. And then you see Blake's character just almost rip him to shreds. And he's like, fucking what would you do? Like, what would you do if the person that you trusted the most kidnaps your child, threatens to kill your family, the Bat saves you, and then says, fuck it, I'm Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman, I'll just wear this and you can hunt me. And then you sit there and just go, fuck. And then Gordon's just got this burden of like just pain because he's just like the real hero he can't say anything about because it destroys everything they've done. Bruce is retired because the Dent Act has worked. Gotham's safer than it's ever been. The underworld's not collapsed, but it's just in tatters. It still exists, obviously, but there's no power in it. And that's the whole point of the movie almost, is that Gordon's got this fucking burden where everything could be ripped apart, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I talked a shit ton, man. That's what I thought. Sorry. I'll shush. 20 minutes. It's all yours, boys. You go for it. No, go, man.
No, well, I was just going to say, yeah. So as a sequel to both movies, it works so well, and I can't see them doing like a new villain, like the Penguin or the Riddler or something like that. So it makes more sense that they've gone back to the Batman Begins story with Ra's al Ghul, obviously introducing Bane and Talia. But their story was I really liked. I really liked their origin story and all that kind of stuff, and how Talia was like Bruce thinks that Bane was the kid that escaped the pit, but it was Talia. Yeah, and that was awesome. I liked their story, and I think it does make sense, like the way this trilogy ended, and I'm glad that they didn't. Like I've fully come around on this fucking movie.
Yeah, agreed.
And yeah, I don't think that it could have ended. This trilogy could have ended in another way. Could have been better, like you said. Like the Batman scenes during the day. Yeah. Some scenes like when again Batman is arrogant, like he just goes, oh well, I'll just go fuck it.
I was going to say that, and that's such a massive point to what you raised last week, right? We thought he was arrogant in The Dark Knight, like this one, 8 years, no training, can't hardly fucking walk, and he's just like, yeah, I'll just punch on, I'll be fine.
Yeah, he's League of Shadows. That's all right.
I defeated Ra's al Ghul, so he's just a mercenary. He's just a follower. Yeah. It's like,
and then he gets his ass. Not that he's like twice the size of Bruce. No worries. Yeah. He's huge. Like Tom Hardy went kind of nuts on that
he's
physique, right?
Massive, eh? He looks massive. Well, I don't know if they just shot him really well as well. Like he looks so imposing, like so fucking imposing. Rich, even though you have no cameraman, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, hey man, haven't heard much from you. What do you think? What are your feelings around it? Obviously, spoiler free. Me and Andy have ragged on bits and pieces, and then said we've come around to it because we have. How about you, man? Did you always like this movie? Was it always like? Yeah. Let's start with the obvious. It is the third. It is rated number 3 out of the 3 movies. Like it doesn't compare to the other two. As the other two, I think in the last 2 weeks, we've more or less defined, we think they're masterpieces. Definitely in The Dark Knight. But again, even Batman Begins is a really a masterclass in filmmaking. So yeah, man, what were your feelings around it? Because
you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, man.
Are you in the pit?
Yeah.
Is that what?
What's
the pit called?
That's what it's called. It was called the pit. The prison. I'm just trying to remember when I first watched it, and I do remember liking it. I don't remember having any bad opinions to it. Like everything was
Really?
great. Like, yeah,
So it all made sense
but
to you? Like everything?
yeah. But I was a Batman. I knew who Bane was. I knew who Talia al Ghul was. I
Right.
know, yeah, Selena Kyle is easily, you know who she is.
Yeah.
But the way they brought in this type of the characters in this kind of story was made it more interesting to me. Like Bane in comics, in animated, he's powered by a Venom, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Venom.
And he's like
Again,
super strength.
Right.
And
like the really dodgy old
his
Batman, you know, where he always hits the booster in there. What was it, Forever, or whichever one it was? He actually is connected to a super serum, so he gets accelerated power and muscles and everything. Yeah.
It's like being a super soldier.
Yeah.
In the Marvel sides.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was really interested to see how they were going to do it, and him being part of the League of Shadows was a good twist to it, and kind of understood why everybody knew he was Bruce Wayne, right? So he that's why Talia knew, that's why, you know, Bane knew, and all that kind of stuff. Like Blake kind of figured it out because he was an orphan. He tells a story how he used to act. He used to know how to act happy from, you know, being that kind of sense, and he saw that in Bruce Wayne. But it's a bit vague, because how would you pick that to be Batman? You know, different story altogether.
Yeah.
But the little things that bothered me was from when I recently watched it is that, yeah, as you said, the apocalyptic Gotham just dragged on too long. It's like, why bring in that story about the soldiers coming in and then
like that was so random, right? Yeah, like
it's
like
stuff like
I
that.
guess it leads them, you know, leads them to go see where Talia, unless it gets them to Talia and you see where Lucius Fox are, but it's like 4 seconds later they're all dead and they flying through, you know, on helicopters around the city just hanging, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's. And the whole the trial thing. It's a good thing. Like, you know, death or exile. It's fun. It's good. It's interesting, but you didn't need
death.
It's like
exile.
By exile. Exactly right. So there's certain little bits of the story, like I think, I think it's 165 minutes long, nearly 3 hours. Could have cut it down. 10 minutes.
I didn't understand. What's his name? Ben Mendelsohn. Part of the story.
Oh, yeah, Ben Mendelsohn's one. Yeah.
He take over Wayne.
Like, so he wanted Wayne Enterprises. He wanted to take over.
But so I didn't know how he was associated with Bane, or
he hired him, supposedly.
He hired
him. He hired the mercenaries from he hired the mercenary Bane to infiltrate and do all this.
Right. Okay.
It was also built up because obviously that was Talia and Bane's way into Gotham and all this, and to use him for the infrastructure to put the you know, make the concrete explosive and all that shit. They were using all Daggett's industries and all his resources to do all the other stuff, where he thought he was just using Bane to corporate espionage and take over Wayne. And what was it for too? It was for something stupid. It wasn't even for the R&D stuff. I can't remember what he was trying to take it over for. I've gone blank.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember also.
Because there was one particular thing he wanted. All right, we've got to go through the plot. No, it doesn't say anything about Mendelsohn's character. What a terrible, terrible ChatGPT. No help whatsoever.
I can't remember, to be honest. I know that he hired Bane to do the whole.
He wanted to take over Wayne Tech.
The fingerprints.
Yeah.
Still, he wanted it.
So even though I did enjoy it more, it was still a bit disjointed in ways. Like
there was some leaps. There was some massive fucking leaps in story.
Yeah.
I think it had a lot.
Yeah.
I think this was Nolan's love letter to Batman, where the other two were very defined stories. This one, he had a lot more creative license in it. I mean, Robin not being Robin, being Blake was kind of weird, you know. Not the Talia story as much, but there was just these bits and pieces where it's a bit long in regards to
you escaped the pit.
Yeah, but I think you look at the other ones where it was very, very, very intentional when Nolan shot things. It was the plan and the sequence, and you see it as it happens. This one, you knew for what, an hour and something into the movie, Bane's whole premise for the end of it was to make Gotham believe there's hope and then kill him anyway. And you know that plot point, and you still got an hour and 20 minutes of the movie to go, and you're like, okay, so what are we going to do for the next hour and 20? And I think that's where it sort of lost it. Sorry, keep going, Rich.
Yeah, but one thing I do like with pointing through the extended the pit and all that kind of stuff is that Bane story. They did stick to the whole like comics and animated, that he did break Batman physically. He breaks him. In the comics, he does break his back, and he has to bring himself back together, will himself back to be Batman again. And they did the exact same way here. So it was a good way of doing it. I didn't mind it. It's being in prison, being in the pit, and then, you know, he's in agony, he's in pain, and not mentally and physically, because he had to look at Gotham on the TV the whole time and he couldn't change it.
Yeah. So where was this prison? What country?
No, they don't mention a country.
There's got to be a cartel there somewhere.
Yeah, but it all goes back
down the road.
It's called a Maltese, man. That's where everything exists in the non-existing Batman country. Maltese. Yeah.
But yeah, from the story, they say because Daggett hired Bane after all this West African thing, it kind of makes you think it's in Middle East or Morocco or something around there. And that pit is from, and he tells a story about the mercenary, his partner, and the daughter that gets sent down there and all that kind of things. So he kind of leads into something from the Middle East. And I thought it was, to be honest, like around Morocco, Africa, Northern Africa kind of stuff.
Yeah.
From what they were talking about. But
find out where it is, man.
No. And look, it makes sense. I'm just joking, but like it's I thought.
But you're right, because you don't know. Bruce Wayne's there, picks up, leaves, got no food. He's got this packet of, what does he wrap up in the towel or something?
Got a couple of bowls and shit.
Yeah, and then rocks up, and then next thing he's in New York, well, Gotham. But and you're like, okay, you just showed up. How'd you get there? Did Alfred figure it out? Did he help you? But I do like the whole Bane story, the pit. Rolls our goals incorporation into it. Even says
South America.
But even says the whole when he's hallucinating and he's saying, "Oh, Ra's al Ghul's immortal." I'm like, "Oh, you stuck to that." I was like thinking about it again, and he was dreaming about it.
That would be fucking awesome if it was actually him.
Yeah,
awesome. So Liam Neeson coming back for that scene was fucking awesome. That was great. So that's the thing that
a dream.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He was really there.
I wish it was real. I wish he was in there just to poke Bruce a little bit more and just go and do the immortal line and him disappear or Bruce pass out or something, so he doesn't know if it was real, because that would have been fucking awesome. That would have been a mad twist for the fans to sit and go, oh shit, they actually did bring him back. And like, and even Talia
would have thought about doing that.
Yeah. And then you go
well, that's why they have it, right? But I love it. I think you said it too, Rich. Is that rebuild, right? We've all said for the first hour of this movie, he is arrogant. He's too cocky. He thinks he's now unbeatable, and this fully sets him back to how he was in Batman Begins, right? He's learning. He's gone back into the he's gone.
He doesn't appear as Batman until like an hour into the movie.
And he breaks.
No, during the bank robbery, and he's on the bat bike,
which is a great scene in IMAX, right, mind you.
Oh man, that scene is that's my favorite scene in the movie. Is like he's back, like when Batman's back, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, Batman's back." He's been missing for 7-8 years.
The old guy, the old.
No one, you're in for a show.
That was awesome. That was good. But that takes about an hour into the fucking movie to actually see Batman.
Yeah.
And that was that's what I had another problem I had when I first watched it is where the fuck is Batman? I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
Well, it's really Bane's story, right? For the first at least 40 minutes, it's Bane's story about everything about him and how it's going. Also, the Daggett stuff as well. It's all everyone but Bruce and Batman. And I think this one was more even like you said, Andy, it's a Bruce Wayne story for the first hour. It's not Batman's story. It's Bruce Wayne broken and realizing that he needs to come out of retirement, but also the fact that he doesn't realize how broken he actually is, and
that's right.
Punch through, right?
Very fragile.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, the fact that he's got that brace on his leg, like you sit there and go, like, even that, like you're just like, even when he gives shit to Alfred, right? It's like, no, do you want to try it, Alfred? It's like, and it's like again that tone of their relationship. But one thing for this movie that I think the other thing probably annoyed me, going back to the original question you asked me like 20 minutes ago, Yofi. There's not much Alfred. Lucius is hardly in it. So all the people we're used to as well that are usually those bits of, maybe exposition for story or whatever, they're not in it. Like it's very much a whole new cast of people, except for obviously Gordon. Even Gordon's not in it that much. He gets shot and then he's in hospital and then, he gets kicked down the sewer and then, he's in hospital for half the movie and then comes out the end and they're in the apocalyptic Gotham. And it's just like, shit, all the people we've grown to have at least some sort of knowledge and interaction with in the past ones, then hardly in this movie. Like Lucius is jack shit in this movie. Like I think they just went, we'll just chuck him in for the fun of it and he can be there at the end.
He introduces the bat.
Yeah. But even that seems rushed, right? No, Bruce comes out of nowhere, hasn't been there for a while, tries to blame Lucius for losing all the money. He goes, no, it's your fault again. Lucius always has an answer for Bruce Wayne. He's like, no, fuck hard. You did. You made us. You wanted to do this energy thing, man. You're the one that wasted all your money, and now we're going broke. And two people are trying to take over the company. That's on you. Oh, by the way, I got some new toys, but let's just for old time's sake, let's just jump in this special secret lift in the middle of I don't know what floor he works on. So 70 floors down and goes into R&D and.
I found one of the funny thing with the bat is that how he takes out the EMP burst so nice and carefully, and he's taking it out. Lucius is like, this is the thing that you need.
Yeah,
and then the rest of the movie they just throw it around like it's a toy.
Gordon dropped it. Gordon drops it. Tries to throw it in the back of the truck. It's like it's kind of sensitive, man. What if it doesn't work?
That's what I noticed that last night's watch. Then I
found that funny too, Rich. I was the same. It's just like Gordon's just chucking that shit around like it's nothing, man. And then when you see it finally, when you see Talia push the button and you see where Gordon's got it, like he's placed it just right on top of it. It had to be on top of it. It couldn't be in the vicinity. It had to be on top. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. One thing I want to flip to, and again, I don't know how everyone feels about it, because obviously we started talking about how do you guys feel about Tom Hardy's Bane? I enjoyed it more this time, and I don't know if it was just the sound. I was paying more attention to it. I was more aware of the
I thought I never had a problem with Bane or the character or his voice. I thought it was like it's obviously. Like a bit, it can be a little bit goofy, I guess, but it's still fine. I never had a problem. I think he's like at one point when he takes over. I thought, this is awesome. Again, like just when Batman thinks he's on top of it, Bane's a step ahead of everything. He's not the same as the Dark Knight, but like he's got a plan that goes up a notch halfway through the movie. But I liked him as a character.
Rich, how about you, man?
Yeah, he was great as Bane. That voice he can put on, that voice was terrible in the first trailer. Couldn't understand him for 1 second.
Yeah, that was the hatred. Hatred for that.
That was the whole when they did the first screening of the prologue.
And what was it? Mission Impossible, I Am Legend, or whatever it played in front of us.
Yeah,
There was
something like that.
something in Pain
I
Forever.
have
It
not
was
seen
just
this.
like,
I've not seen this.
yeah, the history of it
Yeah.
was that it was so
You
they had
couldn't
to
understand
overdub
him.
everything because it was just, and that's how they did the
Really?
trailer.
Yeah.
And
Can you
everyone,
see
because
that?
it's
Can you watch
the
it on
beginning.
YouTube?
It's the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie. So when they're in the plane, that was the original trailer, or parts of the original trailer. Is
Yeah,
that
right.
you can't understand anything. And this one is obviously crystal clear and probably
Yeah.
echoes more than it should. I mean,
It's
especially
much-
for you
it's much-
guys, because I had to watch it on HBO Max because I just couldn't order anything in time. Nothing would have
No,
gotten
it's
delivered before today.
It is really, his voice is really really loud on the transfer. Like Bane's
Yeah.
voice is really really deep, and
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
done. It what is it? What's the method called when they
Oh,
do
the voiceover
voiceover?
for it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
I
post
don't
production.
know. Yeah.
So
Are you
yeah,
watching
and
it right
that's
now? Gelfie,
no.
are you
I'm just
watching it right now?
I'm actually
Gelfie's
trying
like,
to
are
find.
you watching it?
Yeah, so
It's like I'm trying. It's like,
that's-
would you kill a man?
It was.
hang on, let me find it.
It's like he's doing full research in the middle of. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Tom Hardy more in this movie as well. I think that's the other side. I wasn't a fan of Bane original when I saw it the first time. I just think I have a very. I guess it's not Tom Hardy's fault. I think it is the fact that I have a very close relationship to Nightfall and Night's End and all that. So the original Bane series. See, this is how sick I am, and it's not open. So there you go, in plastic. I have it. I have it together, and I had the original comics as well. So I lost them, and so I had to go and get this. And this is the story of when Bane breaks Batman, Andy. It's not the movie, not the movie at all, but for being a fan of that series, it made it a bit hard to take this in, because the premise of Nightfall is basically Bane releases everyone from Arkham at the one time. So it's not even a series of nights. It's in one night. Batman has to fight every villain he's ever fought, beat them, and because he goes through so much mentally and physically,
I want to watch that movie.
When he faces Bane, Bane's already thrown every criminal he's ever had as a villain for a Batman story in one night. He's had to fight everybody and win. And then Bane finally takes him on, breaks his back. Multiple people take the role of Batman, try to take the role of Batman. There's two Robins, there's a Nightwing, there's Azrael, who becomes the Bat, and the person that replaces him becomes mentally broken, and he just starts going on not a killing spree. He does start to kill people as Batman, and he changes the suit, and it's ridiculous. And then the rest of it is Bruce coming back from the same sort of thing in this movie, being completely broken and having to rebuild everything to then go and take Gotham back and beat Bane. And it's a fucking mad story. It's a fantastic story. So that would be hard to put to film, because you have to have it'd be 7 movies.
I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, same. If they ever did it, that would be incredible. You'd have to have an incredible filmmaker do that.
So I didn't know there was that much depth to Bane at all. So I didn't know the villain that well, to be honest. I think it was portrayed in one of the Joel Schumacher Batmans.
Yeah, but he's a sidekick to Poison
Ivy.
That's got the venom in it. So when he keeps hitting his chest, what pumps into his veins, the venom is, yes, it's comic accurate, but the character is not. The mask is comic accurate, but he's an idiot. He's just a dumb henchman.
Yeah, that's right. So that's I saw that version. I've seen the video game version in one of the Arkham games. But that's it. I had no idea. I didn't know too much about the character at all. So I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think Tom Hardy actually did a really good job. And again, probably a fresh lens, brand new set of glasses, new set of eyes. Watching this together, watching it consecutively, it actually was really good. I think they did him really well. I think he's missing a lot in the third act of this movie, though. Like you have so much of him, and then he sort of disappears, and it's like, it seems to be the way of this movie. Like characters there, and then sort of disappear, and then sort of reappear at the end. And then Bane's sort of different. He's there for so much of the beginning. Once he's put Batman in the pit, there's very minimal until almost the end. You know, there's really not much where he's standing in the courtroom when Scarecrow's doing all the judgments. Like that's cool, but then you don't really see him until the fight at the end. So with the Tom Hardy part in mind, how did you take that final fight? Yeah, take away that it's in the middle of the day. And it's just like, I know I have to let go of that, that he's fighting in the middle of the day. What did you think of the fight? Because again, let me go with my thoughts first, because then you might agree, you might disagree. I love the fact that it's Bruce Wayne fighting Bane very, very much differently to what was happening the first time when Bane breaks his back. You see him fight a little bit more passionately. Obviously, he's built his body again. He's survived. He's gone and trained. He's made himself stronger mentally. He's more there. But he understands Bane, and also they've given him the keys to how to beat him. He knows the mask is the actual thing that keeps him alive. Like, obviously, it's got to be something, because he mentions it at the very beginning of the movie. What happens if we remove the mask when he's in the plane? Like, you know, they had that discussion. But for the first time, and I noticed this through the actual movie itself, whenever you see Bane, he's very collected. He's always calm. He's psychotic, yes, but he's never rushing. He's never making noises. So even when he fights Bruce in the first time, like all the grunts, all the movement, all the pain, and all the noises are just Bruce. He doesn't react. There's no sound. Bane's just fighting. There's no effort to him fighting. When you get to that final scene, you see once Bruce cracks the mask, and obviously he's struggling now, you start to hear him moan, you grunt, you see him fight faster, so he's less controlled. He's not as calculating as he was, because he's fighting faster and harder and being less controlled in regards to how he's fighting Bruce and Batman. And I thought that was a really good take on it, because through the rest of the movie, he is just full, calm, collected. And then that final fight, and you see him, and again, it gives a little bit of a hint of the strength or the superpower of when he smashes those columns, how aggressive and how out of control he finally is. What do you guys think of that final fight? Because again, I think it had a really big twist. That it's the first time you're seeing Bane actually struggle and be out of control. Do you agree? Disagree? What do you guys think? Like, does that make sense or no?
To me, it's the most superhero part of the movie, of the whole trilogy, because Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne gets his ass, or Batman gets his ass kicked by Bane the first time in the sewers. Like, it was no contest. And to be honest, even though Bruce gets out of the pit, I never felt that he deserved to become this super, strong fighter after that. Like he's got his mojo back. But that, to me, that was the most superhero thing about the whole trilogy. He's got his mojo back so much that he puts fear into Bane in a way. Like, because Bane can't believe he's escaped.
Yeah,
I'm
he's back in 100%.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, and it didn't match, because Bruce was arrogant before. I never felt that Bruce Wayne was a superhero, or this version of Batman was a superhero.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I thought that way during that fight. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's
that makes total sense, man. Because it is. It's like. It's and again, it's a comic book movie, yes, we know, but the others were more grounded. It was, yes, it was a man in a suit, but we know he trained as a ninja, and he was using the knight and all those ninja-esque things. And then this one, he's fighting this, I don't know, killing machine, this beast of a person.
He just
And-
he just doesn't. He never comes across throughout this movie that he's like this awesome fighter. Like he gets his ass kicked, and then I know I know he's the hero, but it seemed like he just became way overpowered. Like
OP beat
at the end. Yeah, and I know that has to happen, but it didn't match his earlier, ego and all that. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
It became like, well, the hero's got to win, So he's
became
going
a comic book movie, a comic book end.
Yeah.
What about you, Rich? What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think the same. But they had, like, as you said, Dave, they had to explain from the beginning how he could be defeated, right? So the mask is his life force. His
What
would you call it?
Well, it was pumping drugs into him to keep him alive.
Keep him alive.
The guy in the cell says it, and I can't remember what it is that they're pumping into him, but it's the only thing keeping him alive is the drugs through the mask, and that's how Bruce knows what to break on his face as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
So they have
he says it in the prison. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way that he could defeat him. It's the only way. If he didn't do that, if it's force versus force, Bane has him 10-1, right? So he's got to figure out a way that he could.
Yeah. But that was what I believe. That's what I think.
Knowing the Bane character. Yeah, that's me not knowing the Bane character that well. Obviously, the mask has an impact, but I didn't. I just saw it as like Bruce just came back way too.
No, it's a good point. So let's go back a bit then. So do you think that's? And I don't think they succeeded, and this is why I bring it up, because I do agree with you guys. He becomes super OP, like, he trained for 20 days and became a beast, which, okay, whatever. But do you think they meant that to be where everyone goes, oh, he's got that fear of death back when he jumps? You don't get that from the acting. I think that's what they wanted the story, and that's what they built it up.
No,
and when he makes the jump, you sit there, when he gets up the top, he's like, I'll just run back to Gotham now because I'm super strong.
Yeah, that's it. That's part of it. The problem for me is the performance by Christian Bale, like in that scene.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't yes, you see him swing and everyone's yelling, yeah, and they're all yelling rise and all this shit, and you sit there, but it wasn't realistic because it's Batman, but it just didn't convey the what I think the storytellers wanted you to understand from it. He's overcome his fear now, so he's accepted fear. He's got something to lose again, so he's got that edge, and I don't think that gets portrayed at all in that scene. I know it's supposed to, but no, I don't.
I think, and that's when it leads to him being So I agree with you, Dave. So that's
okay.
Good.
Yeah, no. The end. Okay. I mean, what haven't we talked about? What haven't we talked about? I'm going to scroll back down through some synopsis around it just to see.
Talia?
Yeah, all right. No, that's a good one. Let's talk about Miranda
Tate.
Yeah, Miranda Tate.
Her story was a bit odd to begin with, right? So you don't know who Miranda Tate is from the beginning. Like that whole reveal at the end, it kind of makes, then it starts making sense. Like at the end of it. So it's one of those things that, you introduce a character which was a bit confusing at the thing, and then the whole energy power kind of storyline comes into effect, and then it goes through that, and then you realize it's Talia. I don't know. I'm still a bit iffy on that one. I don't know what you guys think about it.
Which part?
The whole story. Miranda Tate's story.
As a whole.
I was okay with it because again, I had no idea who Talia al Ghul was at all before. So until this movie, and I didn't know who Ra's al Ghul was until the first movie. So
yeah.
Just to backtrack, the only Batman I used to know was the original Michael Keaton Batman movies and the TV series. So I knew the villains from that movie,
Yeah,
the villains from the
that's the old
Tim Burton
60s
movies.
show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Burton movies.
that's it. So I didn't know. I didn't read the comics, so I didn't know who these characters were. So for me, it worked. Her storyline works.
Other than falling in
Because-
love in 2 seconds.
That man made no sense. That was like they talk at the party. He calls her some hag. Then she goes, "I funded the party." He goes, "Oh," well, he doesn't even say sorry. He just goes, "Oh, man." He goes to dance with Selena anyway. Then he shows her a big bomb, and then they go to make Damien. They got to make a little Wayne. Not that little Wayne, a little Bruce. Different little Wayne.
Love at first sight, man. Love at first sight.
Yeah. Their love story, I didn't buy at all. I get it was a plot device to make later on, obviously.
No, you're right. You're right.
But it was
Catwoman's story, like Selena Kyle, was more of a that was
like
more
they
of
built. At least they built up their relationship more than him and Miranda.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get it because again, it's at that point where there's no Alfred. He doesn't know how to get into Wayne Manor. He's never had to do anything. He's got no power, and it sort of makes it down. And again, I think it's a storytelling plot. It's more of going, Bruce Wayne is now broken. He has nothing. He has no Alfred. He has no money. He's in a mansion that has no power. He's just finally broken as Bruce Wayne. And obviously, we all know that she knows who he is because of the whole point of the movie. But then it just sort of like, yep.
Yeah.
And the one line that always gets me in this movie too is the, you know, we can get on my plane and leave. Like, I don't even know if that was a legitimate thing for her to say, well, we can go now because Bane's still going to do what Bane's going to do. Bane's still going to destroy Gotham. She can go and stab him somewhere else on her private jet or something. Like, I never buy their relationship. But it's also like her in Inception too. I don't believe her and Cobb love each other either. Think she's a psychopath and she jumps off the balcony, off the window. It's like, hey, okay, I don't know. Marion Cobb,
does have that vibe.
Beautiful looking woman. Don't know how effective she is in those relationships where you're supposed to feel like there's chemistry between them. Because the two Nolan films that she's in them. She plays a really good character. But
I feel like they're almost the same character in a way.
they are, right?
Mm.
They are. They're
Similar,
so similar.
yeah.
Similar. And again, and again, she has a very different accent from her father, so I don't understand. She doesn't sound like an Al Ghul. So.
Somewhere in France that happened.
Yeah, somewhere in France. He's a mercenary somewhere in fucking, I don't know, Africa. His daughter's French. What's Liam? Is he Irish? Is he Scottish? What's Liam?
I think he's Irish.
Yeah, there you go. There's Irish father. She's French. It's like, okay. Yeah, I think, okay, I got a question for you then. When we go to, obviously, the big reveal, if you've never seen it, is she is Talia al Ghul and she stabs Bruce in the ribs and she just drives that knife in there and we find out the whole thing about her being the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. Do you think it's easier to watch it more now that we know that plot? It doesn't actually wreck the movie, or do you think it's something that you just sort of go with, oh, okay, now I know. I found it that I think it makes it easier to watch her performance, how she acts in the movie, especially the end, when you understand, oh, I know who you are. I know who you are. And the first time watch, and maybe that's the problem as well, Gelfie, with the first time watch. You sit there and just go, oh, and again,
it went over my head.
What's she wearing at the end, man? Like, what is she wearing? You see her, she's been in Gotham all the time, man. She looks like she's wearing some Tibetan clothes where she's gone, Tell me how good, motherfucker. In your ribs, in your spleen, in your liver, mate. Like, it's just like, you know, and
that's true.
Her, like, it's just like, and she's changed her clothes. Like, why is she changing clothes? Like, what?
Quick little wardrobe change.
Yeah. Hold on, let me
stab him while he's.
Oh, thank you, Bane. Let me just put it on. I mean, I do love her story around that she's the child in the pit. I think that's good. Like, I think that misdirect through the whole thing, even with the actress playing the child of Talia. Like, I mean, now that's a girl, but in the first movie, the first time you watch it, you're not really paying attention to this child actor going, oh yeah, that's a chick. She's obviously the girl, not a girl of some sort, not Bane. So I like that part of the story. Again, I like her reasoning around everything, that, you know, she escaped, she went to Raz, they raided the pit. He didn't want to save Bane, but he did. They were part of the League of Shadows, and then gets excommunicated from the Order because he doesn't fit. And it's like, okay, and he still goes through the whole plot for what we know anyway, until we know the twist at the end, is that he's trying to do this on behalf of Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows. And it's just like, fuck, another good twist. But yeah, hers was just such a weird characterization in there. And then again, watching it, knowing who she is, I think it makes it easier to watch. So yeah, it's a little bit more easy to take.
Would it be better if there was a different actor playing that role? You think?
Fuck, who? I don't know. What's this? 2013? Is it that old? 2013? 2012? Who would have been the it actress at that point in time? Like, who would have been the people up for the role? I mean, Nolan has his favorites because we know how Nolan makes movies. You're going to be in everything forever. I don't care. You're going to play different characters. I mean, Tom Hardy's in everything. Cillian Murphy's in everything. You know, she's in a lot of them. I mean, not everything, obviously, but he finds those people that he can work with. I mean, Michael Caine, Bale, you know.
So Eva Green was.
Oh, she would have been good.
Rachel
she's a bit. Nah, no
Rachel
way.
Weisz, nah, she couldn't do that.
I just think of the Mummy, and I think of her in the Mummy, and that's it. Yeah.
Eva Green would have done.
I mean,
he does.
That's pretty full on though. There's two Daniel Craig tie-ins there. the wife and the girlfriend.
But you got to give it again. He has a decent cast in this one, right?
Oh, the cast is awesome. Like, you look at it. I'm looking at it in front of me. I'm just like, it's a good cast.
Even
Marion, again, I have to, every week I feel like I have to apologize to actresses that we're talking about, that we always seem to bag out the actresses. Marion,
no,
I do love you in Inception. Okay. I just think, you know.
I think she's good. I just don't know. Yeah,
like
maybe
other actor. What else was it, Gelfie? So there was what? Eva Green,
Rachel Weisz. This is just AI talking. So
anyone else?
I can't think of anybody else around that time.
I mean, Eva Green would be good, but again, I don't know, because the character is almost similar to what she is in Casino Royale. Two-faced woman that backstabs the hero of the story. That's how the story works. I'm not being slack. It's how the movies work. You know, they break them and then go, oh, no, I'm really in love with you, but no. Well, I guess Eva Green did save his life. She did it on purpose. That's why she died.
Vespa. Yeah, so no, it doesn't have many other options.
Okay, no, then I'm happy with them, because I don't know who else was up for the role. So again, I don't think you could do it any other way. And again, I guess it comes down to the script as well. Like, I think this has been the main takeaway for me with Bale's Batman, is just the female love interests. I don't know if it's Christian Bale or if it's just the way it's written, but the chemistry is very light on. Like, I don't know if, I don't think the dialogue's bad, so maybe it's just I don't know. I can't think of Christian Bale as a love interest in anything. Like, what movie does he have chemistry with a lead female actress?
He's the guy from American Soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, there's not many. Not saying he's Gore, the God Butcher. Oh shit! I don't know. He just clicked in my head. Fuck, he's in both. I never paid attention to that in my mind ever until that moment there. Okay. So we figured out the moments that are probably the best and worst in the movie. I've gone through the actors. So again, like I said, I feel that they were very light on with Alfred. Gordon and Lucius Fox. So again, which it doesn't detract from the movie. Like, I mean, again, we're cracking on to 3 hours, so it's not like it was losing anything in regards to storytelling and people being in scenes. I know we've talked about how we rate this one compared to the other two. Obviously, it's down the bottom. And again, like, what did you guys give it on your Letterboxd? What did you give this movie? I can't remember. I don't think I rated it yet because I was saving it. Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. I think it's a 4, which again is great. It's an amazing movie. Andy, where do you sit with it?
A 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Where do you sit with it this week? Not in the past. This week. What would be your
Well,
rating?
I would have given it probably when I first watched it, and if Letterboxd was around back then, yeah,
fucking 2.
2.
Most
2, absolutely 2. I would give it a 3.
Really? Still not high. I mean, that's still
3.5.
No. You don't have to change it. I would give it a 4 because, and I guess this leads into the next question.
3.5.
Okay, so 4, 3.5.
I give it
Yeah,
that Andy's background is different than both of ours. Like, we're comic book nuts.
Yeah.
And Andy's doesn't understand
issues.
the backstory of certain of these characters. I can understand his rating, which I can.
That would be a normal rating of
it. Made more sense this time watching the first 2 films.
Yeah.
Like it was a better watch this time because obviously
a lot more coherent.
It has, it had the tie-ins where you could sit there and go, that makes so much more sense.
And I don't think they could have done anything different, like having introducing like the Penguin or the Riddler and start a whole new fucking whatever. It made sense to wrap it up because of Heath Ledger dying as well.
And I think Rich nailed it as well. Like, I think you just said it then, Andy. Like, how do you beat a movie like The Dark Knight? Like, that is just so well made. It's written well. The acting in it's good. The cast is amazing. The way they portray everything, the story flows like it's a 5 out of 5 movie, right? Like, where do you go from that? Like, it makes it really hard to go. Even if this was different, even if it had the Joker. And again, the other question I wanted to ask you guys, if Heath Ledger hadn't passed, do you think this story would have been different? Do you think there would have been 4 movies? Do you think this would have been a 2-parter? Like, why? You keep saying yes, Andy, so I'm going to you. What do you recommend? Like, do you think it would have been a different movie altogether?
Yeah, I don't think they would have wrapped up the whole Batman saga as they would have extended it. Like, they would have had, like you said, maybe 2 parts. I think the Joker would have obviously been there's no way they wouldn't bring him back after the success of The Dark Knight. There's no way they would just go, now we'll just put him aside, and he'd be back with an even crazier plan with Bane, maybe with Talia, or he'd have his own plan. But I think it would be.
Do you reckon they'd have Bane and Talia in this one if Heath was alive?
I kind of do. I think.
You reckon?
It's
okay.
Yeah.
That was totally the question. Yeah.
It works out that way.
I'll give you 2 words.
Rich?
Arkham Asylum. They would have gone to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, not Black 8. Yeah, fuck, that would have been huge. And also, Bruce had been Batman for a year. So if you take into year 1 characters, it could have had the Riddler. It could have had Hush. Like, you could have gone nuts with that, right? Like, you could have put Hush in there as well. Scarecrow's already in there, so you could. This is where I get confused with this one, because I don't know if they would have done more, considering. Yes, we call it a trilogy now, but when they did Batman Begins, there was never a guarantee this was going to happen. There was never a guarantee there were going to be more of them. And I'll go to the stats at the end because actually stuff it. I'll do it now. So this one was $230 million to make, and then
$230 million.
Yeah, but then
the budget.
then it was also ended up with 300 million, including advertising and all that as well, and reshoots, etc. It still made $1 billion though. This movie made $1 billion.
Wow.
So again,
Wow.
Nolan just 2 billion movies in a row, right? Oh, what was in the middle of this one? Was there anything in the middle of this one?
So did
Was
this
Inception
make
in the middle of
more?
this one?
Sorry.
Was Inception in the middle of this one?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yep.
man. Okay. He's a freak. And he's typing it in now.
No, I don't know
it's
which one made more. Dark Knight or
No, Dark Knight
Dark-
made less, I believe.
Yeah, only just, I think.
Yeah.
They're both okay. I say they just made over $1 billion. This was 1.081 billion worldwide. I don't know what. I can't remember what Dark Knight was. Oh, actually, I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I can scroll up.
worldwide.
I
Yeah.
can scroll up. I can scroll up and tell you what the other one was.
Not by much, but yeah.
Yeah, that was 1 billion and 6 million, give or take some change. So so Rises made just a little bit more, bit more, $2 million more. This is just a little tiny frame.
Wow.
$2 million more.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
But it was a popularity, right? From Dark Knight made its money.
Everyone went to see it because
Yeah.
of Dark Knight, right? You sit there and go,
yeah.
fuck yeah, Nolan's end of trilogy, and let's see what happens. And it didn't matter by the time you walked out, you'd already paid for it.
I remember not being that excited after seeing the trailer. It was like, it was a bit meh after seeing the trailer.
I don't even remember.
I still would have watched it either ways.
Yeah,
I went and saw the movies.
Yeah.
But if they made
Yeah,
another
no.
one, man, they could have chose so many different characters. You had
And
you
that's
could
it.
have-
And
you
that's
could have-
probably why I asked the question. Yeah.
you like someone like Mad Hatter could have even be incorporated. Killer Croc,
Yeah.
maybe 50-50, but
Well, they mentioned Killer
They-
Croc in this one. Like Blake mentions it in there. It's such a
the
little
alligator.
deep line about the alligator in the sewers, and you're like, fucking
Yeah.
Killer Croc. All right, yeah, that
Yeah,
would be.
exactly.
Again, it wouldn't fit the universe, realistically, I guess.
Mm.
I mean,
reckon-
everyone
I reckon
became
they-
so tangible and realistic. Yeah.
I reckon they
they
could have
would've?
incorporated. I reckon they could have incorporated Poison Ivy.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck, man, that would have been quite good. There you go. Eva Green as Poison Ivy would have
Poison Ivy. That would have been good.
She would be twisted. Because what? What's this around? Had she done the 300 sequel by then? reckon she would've.
2012.
Yeah, I reckon she would have.
Let's see.
She was twisted in that fucking movie, so yeah, she would do a good Poison Ivy.
No,
So
it
Again,
was
written by
after.
Nolan and Goya.
It was after.
That's after. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn
So
it.
this was around the dark. She was around Dark Shadows.
Okay. Sorry, Andy, you were going to
So-
say something, man. What were you going to say, man?
We didn't really discuss that opening scene of Bane where he hijacks the
You
plane.
did
And it
just
kept
read
the
my
doctor?
mind, and this is the friendship around our relationship, man. I was going to go back because there was a couple of things I wanted to mention. So, Rich, what'd you say?
The whole doctor kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah.
All right, so we've only talked for an
A
hour.
little
Okay,
thing
let's
at
go through the story recap. Let's start now. No, we won't do that. Everyone's like, oh, shit, here we go. This one's gonna be 4 hours long.
Another good scene in IMAX. Unfortunately, that was really good. Mr. Dave.
Yeah, I know. I had the shit. It would have got delivered tomorrow, and I was like, shit. It's really hard to find now, man. Any I struggled. I looked all weekend, and I was like,
For what?
For Dark Knight Rises on the 4K Ultra, and I was like,
Oh.
I looked at it, and JB wouldn't have delivered until today, so I wouldn't have been able to watch it before we actually got together. And I was like, and it's it must have been it was in that JB's last sale, so it looks like everyone's sold out, so it's going to get shipped and delivered anyway. So I didn't get it in the end. I mean, I can get it now because there's no pressure to watch it, but it was more like, fuck. I really wanted to get it because I felt so bad after last week. You guys just rubbing in constantly IMAX. It's like I moved my PlayStation, so my PlayStation with the drivers in the room where the TV is. I was like, yes, and then no, it's not going to get delivered. I was like,
Next level. Wait, next week when we go to Richard's place, just you'll see what we're talking about.
All right, so let's talk about the beginning then. So obviously, one of the things about Nolan movies, if you're not aware, which anyone watching this would be, he is a lover of practical. So this whole beginning scene was practically shot. So yes, when Tom Hardy is hanging at the end with the doctor, they actually dropped that cylinder part of a plane physically. It was a practical effect. It's such a good beginning because it's so different from the last one. So I think you get that gritty Gotham robbery in Dark Knight to this, where it's very much more globetrotting. It is more action-packed. You very much introduced to Bane and pretty much the psychology around Bane from that very beginning, right? He gets captured. You don't know it's him. The reason he got captured was for multiple reasons. A, to kidnap the doctor, the one that had written the paper, that you obviously find out more of the story later on when they discuss that the paper was written around turning the energy thing into a bomb. And again, this is probably where the fusion reactor can come into an atomic bomb, and obviously that's where Nolan went, fuck Oppenheimer. Maybe I'll make an Oppenheimer movie. Fucking maybe, that big mushroom at the end. I did that really well. Maybe I'll just kill him. Yeah, let's just go kill him. What are you doing, man? Hey. Oh, cool, RDJ. We get a couple of people in. Anyway, back to the beginning. Sorry, sidetrack. And again, when you sit there and go through the blood transfusion in the air. Now, I went to the doctor last week. There is no way fucking Bane could get that kind of needle into someone's fucking arm. You can't see it now. They tried 4 times on my arms to get the vein to draw blood and to do an injection. So Bane did it in the plane. So he's an amazing doctor as well. That is some hard shit to do. But did you like that plot at the beginning where it makes no sense.
It makes no
on
sense.
a first watch of what's going on. The fact that the CIA guy speaks really weirdly in the beginning and then pretends to shoot people and then throw them back. And the way he talks is just like ridiculous. It's like, I know Bane's got a weird voice, man, but you don't have to outdo the weirdness.
He's such an odd choice because he's in
Game of Thrones.
He's in Game of Thrones and he's in The Wire as well. And he's really good in both those roles. But in this role, he just seems completely out of fucking place.
And is it because they couldn't understand Tom Hardy on set? I was like, what? Fuck, dude. Say it again? What? I know the line. But even that dramatic part where he's pretending to shoot everyone, why would you kill a man? And it echoes through the plane. It's louder than anything else. Nothing else is actually audible until Bane speaks, and you're like, oh shit! Like big Sizz audio. How'd you guys enjoy the first? Obviously, the mammoth introduction to the movie. Rich, how did you enjoy the beginning, man?
Yeah, when you I enjoyed it like visually, but the storyline you kind of go, what the hell's going on, kind of sense. While the other ones are like, you got Batman Begins when the whole is introduction to Bruce, then it's introduction of Joker, which is a great intro to the Joker, and this is like kind of, I don't know, doesn't mesh right.
Is it more comic booky?
No,
it doesn't say.
It's more like at first you think he's a terrorist. That's what I think.
Yeah,
like he's just grabbing someone and just destroying planes and stuff like that. So, so that's what I think of. But then when you later down the story, you kind of piece all the things together and say, oh, this is a doctor. That's why they say he's dead. Even halfway when the guys and the American guys, oh, he's dead. He's no longer around. And then just pops up. And it's like,
and they never explain any of that. Nothing ever happens until when he arms the bomb too. They don't really. They just leave it with it. Sorry, I keep laughing because sorry, Rich, go.
But no, go.
No, mine's stupid. So you have your thought, and I'll say my stupid comment.
Mine's just it was a good intro to Bane, but at the same time, I just didn't understand the whole logic of the story at that time when it starts off. But yeah, you kick it off, the violence of it and how someone's left behind, someone has to sacrifice their life, and and then it's Bane trying to get to the doctor, not him getting captured and all that kind of stuff. And it makes perfect sense later on in the story. So yeah, but in IMAX looks great, looks visually great.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. That would be so well done. I need to ask you guys, because I don't know. I was on HBO Max and obviously streaming. I need you guys, let's watch this on the weekend when we get together, because I need to see if it was just a really massive lag in it or if they really fucked the audio. When they first shoot through, so when Bane's men shoot through the plane initially, none of that was in sync. It was all out. Like there's bullets and then you hear sound. And I don't know if that was just because the stream went really laggy or if they really fucked up the beginning, because you see the glass break and then you hear the shots. And I was like, I've never fucking noticed now. Again, like I said, I was streaming it, so I don't know. I don't know. So we need to watch it on the weekend. Yeah, let's watch it on the weekend. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I still
laugh.
Sorry.
And I still laugh every time that you see that guy smash into the side of the plane.
I mean, you got to
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's just like, but even when he talks, sorry, and the part I was laughing at before was the fire rises. Like how he does that one. I was like, sorry, the fire rises. No, brother. I was like, fuck, that threw me to that voice in the beginning too. I think that's sort of what it was. Yeah, like just some of the dialogue. I mean, I appreciate more that I could understand it a lot clearer now. So obviously they've fixed the audio for it. But it was an amazing start to a movie.
Is that how you would have imagined Bane sounding like?
No, not at all. So what did
no,
here, I've got a fact. Where is it? Where's the fact around what he based it on? It was a Hungarian strongman. It was Bartley Gorman, the king of the gypsies, a legendary bare-knuckle boxer that sounded like that, and that's who Tom Hardy based the voice on. So someone actually, I don't know.
Sounds like
if it's actual. So he actually sounded like that, or it was a caricature of it. Yeah. Oh, really? He sounds like that?
Yeah. He sounds like that. There's an actual interview of that guy, and he actually sounds pretty much like
Bartley Gorman. There you go, Gelfie. Look at that. The original trailer and Bartley Gorman, the king of the gypsies.
Okay. Interesting to know where he got the voice from.
We talked about the beginning of the movie, and again, obviously, we really skipped it. This week we didn't go through, this plot point by plot point. But you mentioned it earlier on, Gelfie. I think the one of the other things I want to talk about was, so there is not many action scenes in this one. Compared to it, there is a lot of talking in this movie, unlike the others where there seems to be a little bit more. What would you rate? I think I already know. So that's a silly question. We're going to ask it anyway. So would you rate the Batman coming back, that action sequence in the middle, better than this and the ending? Because again, the ending's kind of I don't know.
The opening's awesome, but to me, it's fucking Batman. The movie's about Batman.
Yeah.
Him coming back after being away, and everyone's going, "Holy shit, Batman's back!" The music, it's like fuck yeah, Batman's back. You wait so long to see him in this movie as Batman. You want him, and you're wanting him to save the day. And
such a good scene though, that when he intro to Batman.
That's where I was going to get to as well. Obviously,
that's in my opinion, that's my favorite action scene.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that reveal of him coming back and just everything about that's very, again, maybe reminiscent of the Joker scene as well with the truck and everything and Dark Knight. So again, maybe that's what also plays on how you take that one, because again, it's similar. It's at night. It looks like almost
Yeah.
that same tunnel, you know, where they're like they're back in Gotham and the bat is there. Rich, you just nailed another question I was going to do. You already talked about it, and again for Andy, you as well. For this one, I think I enjoyed the music more than the other two. Do you guys agree, disagree? Would you say this one had? I think the music in this one sort of carries a lot more than the other two. I think the Joker theme is good. No, that's good. That's all right. That's what podcasts are all about, and that's why. So, Gelfie, I'm going to assume because of the Joker theme in Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, it's fucking the tension that Joker theme. Like I don't think, we discussed it briefly last week, but listening to it again and just remembering how it starts off like this buzzing sound, and then it just gets more and more and more and more intense as the Joker does his thing. It's fucking amazing. I never got that. The only time I got like the music made my hair on my arm stand up was when he when Batman was back and he's chasing down the bank robbers.
Yeah,
like I thought, this is fucking awesome. And that was the only time I really paid attention to the music, or I noticed the music. Whereas in the Dark Knight, I just thought it was a lot more
cool,
memorable.
But then you also
Rich, how about you, man?
Like overall, like if you put all three together, it's probably one of the best soundtracks ever. Like you got the Joker scene, but you also got the chant in the third one, the whole pit chant, and you got the whole that section as well.
I'm all right without the pit chant. That's all right.
Yeah.
So, Gelfie, here we go. Trivia for that one. So that was billions of nerds sending in that dialogue.
Yeah.
So
dialogue.
Did you know that? So when that's the chant is actually Nolan put out a request for people to record a piece of dialogue. And what they did is they just overlaid all the nerds that responded to that did the dialogue. They put it all together to make the chant the way it was. So yeah, there's go trivia
cool.
fact in regards to it's such a Nolan thing. Like I mean, the viral campaigns for the movies, etc. But for him to go, hey, can you guys? Who wants to do this? Just send it to me, and we'll just put it in the movie somewhere. And everyone puts together this chant that everyone talks about because there's only 10 people in the pit. And there's a lot of chanting.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, you got to give it to Hans Zimmer, right? So his soundtrack in every one of Nolan's movies are pretty outstanding. I can't really say much for one of his soundtracks that are duds. I can't. Thinking about his long list of movies, like there is some random ones. Call of Duty. I still find that random.
Yep, no, you got to have the master in the game.
Modern Warfare 2, I think. It was Hans Zimmer's soundtrack.
So, he did the last X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, he did too. So he's done.
So when I went to the concert, he goes, "Yeah, look, this movie was a bit shit, but he thought the music was pretty good."
And she's now Lara Croft. Get fucked. I'm just saying. I don't know how I feel about Lara Croft now either, because that's not the same. That's not right.
No.
Sorry.
No.
All right, cool. So we have touched on the music. Sorry, go, Rich.
Yeah. So what about you, Dave? What would you think? Do you think this
I loved it? I really enjoyed the music. I think there's a lot more of it in this one. I don't know if that's just me. It just seems to be a lot more soundtrack in this movie compared to the others. A lot of the other two have the moments, have their themes, but there's parts of the movie where, and again, it's done on purpose. I get it. And that is just the ambient sound around. It's not music. Where I think this one seems to have a little bit more. Like you said, Rich, I don't think you could fault any of them. I think the soundtrack itself, and I think again, doing this podcast with you guys and knowing your guys' feelings around scores. I'm not a score person. Like scores I can take or leave, but when it affects the movie like the last three have, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was actually really decent, and I thought this one, to me, I think there was just more of it, and I seem to enjoy it a lot more. But I don't know. Again, it's maybe just this movie was so much better than I thought. I enjoyed the music just as much for a change, like I would have done it before. So I don't know if this movie just was elevated in every way possible for me because it was just a better watch this time than it had been. Same as you, Gelfie. I've watched it. I've got to have seen it at least 6 times, and that first time definitely just didn't like it. Had to watch it again to go.
I hated it, and I've watched it 5 times.
But I think this is a theme with me and superhero movies. I think as I get older and as I watch more of them, it takes a lot for me to sit there and go on first watch, this was fucking awesome. Because even with something that I like, I love Man of Steel. Now, when I saw Man of Steel the first time at a midnight session, when I did, I sat there and went, what the fuck was this? Like, it was good, but it's not my Superman because I was brought up on Chris Reeves ones, right? And so that was like, oh, rewatch it. Oh, okay, I appreciate it more. And now Cavill is up there for me as a Superman. Like, give or take haters and how, you know, Snyder went with everything. I think Man of Steel is one of my favorite Superman movies. And then this one is just like, you had The Dark Knight, which was just so good to get into this movie, and you sit there and go, yeah, it was good. But like we've said through the whole session tonight, it's very hard to come up with a movie that matches The Dark Knight. And I think that's where it wouldn't matter who did the movie, how good the script was, how if you got more amazing actors, because this is like you said before, Rich, this has got great actors in it. It doesn't matter. Like, it would be very hard to just be on par with the previous movie. To best it would be almost impossible. Just to be as good. Yeah, man, go.
I have a question for you guys. So, how would you compare the latest The Batman in relation to Nolan's Batman trilogy?
Off my top of my head right now, I'm going to let Rich go first.
Mine's easy. Nothing beats Nolan's trilogy. Nothing.
Okay.
Even though I love the Batman, I love Matt Reeves' version. It is a totally different version because it's a detective. It is like the world's greatest detective version. Nothing. I think because he reinvented comic book movies. It's something. Yeah. Well, how old was I? I was like 20. When was 2005? So I was 24. So we're a bit younger, 20 years ago. And being growing up as comic book nerds, you kind of, didn't see something like this. And it's always going to be something for me on the top of my list. Like Dark Knight is easily, I'd say number 2 or number 3 on my list of all time.
Yeah. Oh, so, I totally agree. I totally agree with you, man. I think I love the Batman, but I'd have to watch it again now because I don't. No, we're not going to. We've had this discussion. We've talked about it. We are not doing the Batman next week. We are not doing that because we don't want to have get over Batman. We're going to save it. We're going to save it for the Batman 2. But I think they're very different stories, but you can't help but compare it. But the villain in Batman is okay. Like, he's good, but he doesn't appear after the first 5 minutes of the film for ages. And then it's very similar to the Joker where he gets captured on purpose. And it's just like there's all these shades of, it's reminiscent now. Hey, who knows? Other people could take it a different way. But as a movie, I would put it in the top 3 Batman ones. I'd put it with Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, and I would put the Batman in there. Yeah, man. I loved the Batman. It is nowhere as good as now to me, Batman Begins and the Dark Knight. Better than Rises. Like, again, I'd have to watch it. But that movie was good. Like, that movie, again, I think they took Nolan's take and twist from that 89 Batman, from the overboard gothicness of Gotham City and Joker's Jack Nicholson's Joker. And I liked Michael Keaton. I loved Michael Keaton at the time as Batman because I'd never seen a movie like it. But yeah, Pattinson was good as Batman. He was a shit Bruce Wayne. He was a good Batman. But he was not but I hope that in 2 they explore more Bruce Wayne. I think that was the opposite to what Nolan did. Nolan gave us Bruce Wayne first, gave us a really good origin where it wasn't the same old thing over and over.
Mm.
And then Batman. The Batman starts with 3 minutes in, I Am Vengeance. And that line was supposed to be in multiple movies too, the I Am Vengeance. Like that was supposed to be in Keaton's Batman. He wasn't supposed to say I'm Batman. He was supposed to say I'm Vengeance. And the fact that it's in Matt Reeves' one and it fits the tone. Everyone he's beating up looks like Joker. So again, a little bit of homage to Nolan's as well, just to say we understand where it's come from. It's all almost looks like Joker makeup or you know, the Warriors. Like depending how far back you want to go with people that he's fighting with. But the movie is fucking awesome. The movie but I haven't watched it in the last 6 months. So I've watched it recently. And like so again, compared to these three, yeah, man, I love the Batman. I think Matt Reeves did a really good one, but it won't beat the first two Nolan movies for me.
Okay.
How about you, man? How about you, man?
I thought the first 20 minutes of the Batman was the best fucking Batman shit in any movie ever. Like the way it looks was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved how he's introduced with like you said, the Joker guys, and the way just the way it looked was just fucking awesome. And then it was okay.
And then Andy Serkis is ex-British military and Twilight.
I just thought it was too long. It was too long. I didn't. I liked it. I did like it. And I'll watch it again. But I just thought it was way too long. And they could have cut some of it out.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is what if Affleck got a chance to do his Batman?
I would love to have seen Batfleck. I would have loved to seen Batfleck. I would have loved to seen his. I was one of those ones that thought Ben Affleck is going to be shit as Batman, and he wasn't. He was great. And again, he did what he did with the characters. Again, it was another different take on Batman. I don't agree with the end of the. I don't agree with the nightmare sequence. Like again, Batman in the middle of the day with a gun doesn't fit. Like that's one of the shit that I just didn't like from it. But everything else, even in the Flash, I like Ben Affleck in the Flash as well. I think, and the suit was a little bit more of the gray and blue. So again, it was even that suit was maybe it just got me with the hype of the suit because again, I can't help it. But yeah, I think Batfleck. I got to stop saying Ben Affleck's Batman would have been good because he'd had 3 roles, or technically 3 roles in it as Batman already. He'd established it in BVS. The fight scene in BVS, the Ultimate Edition, that Batman fight, one of the best fucking ever on film. That is a brutal Batman, and it's a good scene, especially. And the Ultimate is where you see the blood and you hear the breaks and bones. Like it's not the watered down one. It is full on hardcore. That's why it is the way it is. It's such a good fight itself. I think he would have at the end of that movie, and a bit weird, just went bit soft. And then Justice League happened where it's just I don't know. But I think he would have done it. I reckon he would have done a good one because he wanted to. That's the difference too, right? He wanted to do it, and he did a good character. He played the character well, and that would have been really good to see his take. So yeah, I would have loved to have seen that movie. I would have loved it. It would have been good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So where do you rate it though, Gelfie? You said you loved it. Do you rate it higher than the other two? I assume we're going to just say the other two. Do you rate it higher than them, or do you just go that 20 minutes is amazing and then it just drops? Because I get what you mean. It's a long movie. It's a long movie. Like it's a very drawn, slow-paced movie up to the beginning.
It's not as good as the '89 Batman, in my opinion. Like one of my opinions.
Fuck. Okay. That's such an interesting take.
Because it's too fucking dreary, man. Like it's just fucking depressing. It's I don't know. Like he's such a shit Bruce Wayne. It just really just makes. I didn't click with him as Bruce Wayne.
He's emo Bruce. Emo Bruce.
Yeah, he is. It's emo Bruce, right?
I was like, okay.
And I wonder if that'll change too. I wonder if the two will really change and it's more of that Bruce Wayne where they make him that.
I still like it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I still like
No, I get it. Yeah. But just
the first 20 minutes, I just thought, I'm in for fucking this amazing Batman experience, and then it got bogged down in this crime thing, which we've seen before.
You're not my father. Fuck off, Alfred.
Yeah. And then it was like a melodrama with his daughter, like Falcon's.
Okay, sorry. So another
blah.
twist then. So who's a better Alfred?
Oh nah, Michael Caine.
Like I know Michael Caine is awesome.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis's one was too, and again, I know that fits modern day animated fans because Alfred is ex Special Forces, ex SAS, ex MI5. In the modern day version of Alfred, Alfred is a soldier.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
off.
he is.
No,
and depending on which animated series you watch
Come
too,
on.
he's like a Bond. He's like a Bond character. He's
Sure.
like an ex like SAS soldier, and that's part of it. He's helped train Bruce as well, so it depends on which part of the law you follow. There's too much history.
Yeah, Alfred.
Okay, Michael Caine.
Alfred. Yeah, Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. So I don't need to, who you think the best Commissioner Gordon is. It's the dude from '89. I meant '89 best Gordon ever.
Gary Oldman's fucking the best. Yeah. Yeah, all the cast from Nolan's is probably I think Bale is the best Batman, despite a few things that don't match for me.
I got another question. Keep going, man.
Gordon, Joker, what else? Ra's al Ghul, who's never been portrayed before, but I don't think anyone would be.
He has Arrow. You got to go watch Arrow, man. He's in season 3 of the Arrow CW. Ra's al Ghul exists. He's got another daughter as well. He's got a different one. There's another one in there.
From Spain.
She falls in love with Oliver Queen, the other billionaire. Everyone's going to be a billionaire in DC. I think we say that every week.
It's good to be rich, man.
When you're looking at the last couple and how we look at, like you said, Alfred being Alfred, Gordon being Gordon, do you think we associate them with being the best because they actually have an arc? They actually have a story. They have a beginning and an end, and they go through the cycle of that. Do you reckon that's the reason why? Yeah,
because like as much as I hated Alfred in Dark Knight Rises, it made sense because he's sick of seeing.
Well, he's fed up, right?
Yeah, and which is awesome. Like it is awesome. I just hated the fact that he was such a wet blanket throughout the whole fucking movie. But it makes
till
sense.
the end, man.
We haven't spoken about the ending.
Yeah, true. We can get to that bit. We've started talking about that bit. All right, Rich, let's do it. You can talk on it first. Do you believe that is real, or do you believe that is a dream sequence?
Which one? Sorry.
The end. Do you believe that when Alfred sees Bruce and Selena, that is a dream, or is that real?
No, I reckon it's real.
You reckon it's real, Gilfy?
I think it is real.
I give you one reason about Selena more than anything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go.
Yeah. So the whole Selena.
Selena's there.
Selena's there. Like how? Like I know he understands how she looks like and all that kind of stuff, but why would he put her in the dream? I reckon he would put Miranda, right? Miranda or Talia.
Yeah, because he's left town when all this shit happens.
Yeah, exactly. One part I don't remember, and you guys will have to refresh my memory. If not, we'll watch it on the weekend. Does she have the pearls on? Because they're missing. She has the pearls on, yeah?
I
don't remember looking for the pearls. Did she have the pearls on, or did they sell them because they've got no money?
I'm sure he has money.
Did she take those pearls to the pawn shop? All right, well, I'm gonna have to rewatch because I can't remember if she had the pearls. But you hear all that, obviously, when they're okay. Let's backtrack a little bit about the ending. So obviously, Batman saves the city. And then we get into, I don't know how I feel about this certain part of the end. And again, I want to ask you guys, do you think the Robin reveal with the name fits? And do you think there was ever an idea for him to take up the mantle of the Bat? Not Nightwing, not Robin, but did you think they were setting it up to be JGL as Batman and not Robin?
No, I thought it'd be
And
Robin.
would you want that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't understand why they implied that he was when there was no plan to ever do a movie with him as a Robin.
Yeah. Rich, what about you, man? Do you reckon that fit? Did you like it?
I loved it. I loved the ending. I loved that there was someone to replace Batman. That's why he had the bat signal replaced. So he had a brand new one.
I was so
But-
worried that Gary Oldman
But
was going to cut his
how can
finger.
you
I
fuck-
thought
how
he was
can
going
you
to cut his
Batman?
finger on that Batman. That bat looks so sharp when he does the rubber. I was like, oh
Was, uh,
shit, man, he's going to cut a fucking finger.
How can he replace Batman without any training or being fucking Batman?
Okay, and this is where the conversation goes. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Like, again, I don't think it fit for me, because there's, like Andy said, there's that gray area, right? He's Gothamite. He's not trained. Does he go off and get trained? like how would someone like that? We've never seen him fight. The only two times he fights, he shoots someone in the back by bouncing a bullet off the truck, and the other guy he just punches. Not the greatest fighter
you're
ever.
as Batman by the original Batman, or you're not Batman. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I mean,
It,
like,
it leaves it for interpretation, right? So you're thinking that he's going to take over Batman, but Bruce Wayne wasn't Batman straight away. He had his training. He had 7 years away, and all that kind of stuff. In probably the same sense as
and he's
Robin,
quit, right? So he's quit being a detective. So he's given up. He's told Gordon no. I mean, he could go and get trained, but this is the flip side of that question. If he didn't, do you think he would then become like? Because I know there was rumors about it and people still asking him about it. Would he be Nightwing? Would they actually go and do a Nightwing spin-off with him? Which would suit more, sort of, even though it's not Dick Grayson, but I'll stop it.
I don't know who Nightwing is.
Robin
I don't
Lee's
know who
older.
Nightwing is.
Yeah, so when Dick
Grows
Grayson graduates from the Robinness and he can't be the Boy Wonder anymore, he becomes his own character Night when he goes and lives in Bloodhaven. So he goes into another city and is an adult crime fighter named Nightwing. So
Well, then he'd be that.
yeah. Okay. So Gelfie says Nightwing. Rich, do you reckon? I'd prefer that. I'd rather him be Nightwing. I'd rather him go and be a Nightwing.
He's at that age too that he would probably would be Nightwing. He wouldn't be Robin. He would Robin would be just his name. So I think it just leaves it up into interpretation when that ending. I still like it. Gives you like I still find it funny that people think it's a dream when.
Oh, you reckon? Is that what?
Yeah, because he did the whole. They did the whole Inception thing.
Yeah,
and then people's interpretation. Oh, it's Alfred. He's getting old and he's seeing things again, or some shit like that. I read the comment. But yeah, it's the whole Robin aspect of it. I wouldn't mind it if they went to the whole Nightwing route more than anyway.
I reckon it'd be a mad one. I mean, fuck, we've just watched the Clayface trailer. So why couldn't James Gunn do a Nightwing movie instead? Like, if you're not going to go all the way, do another random weird one that people aren't expecting. So, I mean, Clayface looks fucking awesome too, everyone. By the way, we've just done a trailer reaction to Clayface, and that looks fucking great. Completely different to this, but it looks like an amazing movie. Looks really, really good. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, that was... Oh, is there anything we miss? Is there anything that you guys really want to talk about from this or the series in general? Because this is our final in the Nolan trilogy. Is there anything you wanted to talk about in general over the whole course? I mean, everything's really tied into each other, and we've really talked about all of them, especially in the last probably half an hour, more so about them as a whole. Anything you guys wanted to talk about before we talk about something else?
Pretty much done on this.
Pretty much done?
Yeah.
Rich, anything you can think of that we've missed?
Thank you.
I swear we'll finish up and go, oh, fuck, we didn't talk about that.
Like always.
Mm.
Just thinking, we've gone through the whole storyline, characters, score.
The only thing I just thought of one where they robbed the R&D of Wayne Enterprises. That was cool. Then they stole all his tech as well. So you got all the tumblers going through the streets as well. So even that's kind of weird. They've stolen Batman's car. You don't know it's Batman's car unless it's everyone else. But when Bane, when he breaks the bat and then everything above him, really they go and steal all the stuff from Wayne's R&D that's been hidden off books, and that's pretty cool. I think that's a mad part of the story where they steal all his tech.
They murdered a whole football team as well.
Not all of them. One guy made it to the end zone, man. One guy made it. He ran all the way, didn't give a shit about anyone. Touchdown.
And the funny thing was that most of them were actually real football players, NFL players.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ah,
They were,
there you go. The Gotham
they
Rogues are
made a
real.
small little cameo.
And I like the font.
That's the other
too.
thing I didn't. That's wait. Sorry, go.
Man. No, you go.
How they killed the mayor. It's kind of like a hit or miss kind of section of the movie.
Oh yeah, true. Just blew up the box.
Mm.
Like I do remember that last night, sitting there going, "That's a bit fucking harsh." Like I get it. Like he's got an atom bomb. His arm made a nuclear weapon, so blowing up the mayor's not that weird thing to do, right? Yeah, no, that was a very quick ending too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just realized I found that odd.
I guess I had to just
I can't think of anything
because that was the whole thing, right? Pushing the escalation of, it's your city now, do as you will. There's no upper class, lower, we're all equal now, so go take what you want. And I mean, that's obviously to incite everything that happens. Him putting in martial law, even Bane putting in martial law, like that's weird. Usually you think that from like a presidential order or a governor's order to Bane, the person that's just taken over to inflict martial law. It's like, that's a weird one. Okay. So nothing else, Rich?
Not that I can think of. No, I think we covered everything.
Andy, nothing else for you, man?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And nothing else for me. So that is our honest thoughts around the Nolan trilogy as a whole for Batman, but especially our final look into and rewatch of the Dark Knight Rises. And again, like you, Andy, I'm really glad we watched them this way. I'm actually really glad that I enjoyed this more than I thought I would. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that this ended on a higher note than I expected, because I thought really this would be a really rubbish end to it. It just wouldn't be as good as everything else, and it was really, really pretty good. So I'm happy with my 4. I'll accept your 3.5, but Bane's coming. All right, well, we're at that.
Hey, there's one scene I forgot. Sorry,
what?
one scene I forgot, which was really, really cool, when Catwoman takes Batman into down the train and it does the whole flashing with the gunfire.
Oh yeah, when they're shooting. Yeah. That is an awesome scene too.
And that's in the Batman as well, isn't it? No, I'm thinking about
it.
Yeah. Another good scene. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah. No. That is an awesome scene. And again, them fighting together is really cool as they take him down. She betrays him to Bane and all that. And we didn't even talk about her MacGuffin. Well, we did a little bit, I guess, around the erasing the clean slate.
Clean slate.
For Catwoman. He still gives it to her, so that's why they're at the cafe with Alfred, not talking. All right. No, that was awesome. So yeah, as you can tell, we really enjoyed The Dark Knight Rises, and obviously Batman Begins. So as a whole, I think this is probably one of the most enjoyable. And again, it's one of the first that we've looked at a complete series of movies, and especially it being Nolan and how much we enjoy his other films as well. But yeah, it was a really good look at it. So, boys, what have you been watching this week, Andy? What you been watching, man?
Ooh.
I started a whole new trilogy
Oh
Lord
no!
knows.
and watched all of them, all three of them.
Which-
All the Tom Holland Spider-Man films.
Oh, okay.
I did notice that on your letterbox, and I was quite
Mm.
interested. Hey, how did you feel about that, man? How did it feel
Awesome.
inside?
I
Yeah.
felt great inside. Yeah, I love them.
No,
I'm
okay,
really
I'm
looking
serious.
forward to-
I'm super serious. Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed them. I gave the last two 4 out of 5, and the first one 3.5.
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, man. I'm just super surprised.
No, I thought
would-
they were great. I think they're really
Okay.
entertaining.
Okay.
They don't look as good, but it's yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I think he's probably the best Spider-Man.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Shit,
He's
man.
better than I think he's better than
Okay, can I ask a
Tobey
question? Have
Maguire.
you always felt this way, or is this you just thought I'm gonna watch him,
No,
rewatch him?
no, I've always felt this way.
Okay. Fuck, man, I didn't think that. I thought you not hated them. Again, people who enjoy movies don't really hate anything. It's just not as good as something else. Okay, I just didn't think you enjoyed them as much. Interesting.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to the new one.
Yeah. Brand
So
new.
I mean,
not
I
long,
mean, put
man.
that on the list. I'm in for that. So
That one we have to go and see. There's no choice around that one. And not too long to go. Anything else, man?
no, that's it.
Okay. Rich, what have you been watching, man? I have to look at what I've been watching. Rich, what you been watching, man? What are you up to in the MCU journey?
So MCU, what did I do? I did
Spider-Man. Did you do Spider-Man?
No, I did Spider-Man
Spider-Man?
before the
Oh,
before
that's
Dark
right.
Knight. That was last week. The week before, sorry. I did do Black Widow. Yep, after Black Widow. I didn't do TV
Okay,
shows.
how was that? I don't remember. I think I've watched it once. I don't remember that movie at all.
Actually, sorry. Sorry, Rich. Just quickly, I don't remember the first Spider-Man Homecoming at all. I didn't remember it at all.
Really?
I'd seen it.
It's got Batman in it. How can you not
know.
remember?
Just don't remember it. I didn't remember it
Okay.
at all.
Can
Yeah.
I ruin yours even more? How'd you find Zendaya in that one?
Yeah, she was great. No, she was great.
Okay.
She's funny. She's actually really funny. Yeah.
It's that dry humor. Sorry.
She's good.
What's you watch, Rich?
So yeah, Black Widow, still good. After watching Endgame, it actually hits you a bit differently. Like when you watch it directly after it.
Yeah.
So it's really good. And the sister dynamic and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. Going down the Fast and the Furious rabbit hole. I'm actually up to Too Fast, Too Furious. Did that one.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't know if I mean nice in a good way. It's just nice. You're up to it.
Yeah. I watched Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire one, because I'm rewatching them before I watch No Way Home. And funny enough, two randoms. I watched a movie called We Bury the Dead, which has got Daisy Ridley in it. It's actually not bad. It's actually an Aussie movie. Funny enough.
Oh wow!
About zombies in Tasmania. So interesting watch.
What's it called?
We Bury the Dead.
Wow.
I gotta watch that one just because of what it is, because that makes
What
me
did, you
laugh.
give, what did you give that one?
Yeah, so it was all right. I thought it was an average movie. I gave it 3. But yeah, it's the premise is that there's an explosion in Tasmania that causes it's like a nuclear explosion, but it causes
a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not zombies. They like after time, they say they revive, but they start getting aggressive when they start living more. But not everybody comes back to life. It's really strange. And she plays an American woman who wants to go find her husband, who's in the blast zone. So she thinks she can revive and all this kind of stuff.
Tasmania.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Tasmania.
Wow.
It's not bad. Like I don't that, but it's movie you want to put on the background or you want to watch.
Yeah.
And the other end of movie I watched is Big. Tom Hanks is Big.
Oh wow. How does that hold up?
That holds up really weird when you watch it again. You kind of,
Yeah.
well, he's a kid
She's a
in a big-
weirdo. She's touching children, man.
Yeah.
Mate, yeah.
She
Today,
likes-
that's
she likes-
against the law.
Does it count though?
Not really. He's a man, right? He's just got the
Yeah.
mind of a child. No, true. That's okay. I guess that's fine.
But it still holds up. It's obviously, everybody knows the story of the Wish. It's like a Wish movie. So
Yeah.
I still found it entertaining. Wife and I watched it. Yeah, Tom Hanks looking really young. Freaks me out still.
Yeah, man. Young as I. Nice, man. That's a lot. Shit, you've watched a lot this week. I watched fucking nothing. I watched a couple of movies.
What did you watch?
I have to go down and have a look at it because I was like, what have I watched? I finished Endgame. I watched Endgame again. I finally got to Endgame after
Finally
my
got to
Captain America sagas last week. I thought I've got to watch Endgame, so I watched that. But when I watched Rich, and you mentioned it, probably one of our first podcasts that we ever did. I watched Mercy. I liked Mercy, man.
Oh, yeah?
I thought Mercy
I
was
didn't
good.
mind it.
Like, I mean, it wasn't the greatest movie ever made. I gave it 3.5, but I wasn't
I think I gave it
expecting
the
much
same.
from Chris Pratt, and I think he did pretty good in it. Like, I don't know what to expect when I watch Chris Pratt movies because I'm not the biggest fan of the movies that he's done. Wasn't a massive fan of Parks and Rec, and I was just like, I'm gonna watch it. Rebecca Ferguson, I don't know. She's mad. I don't know. I don't understand. She's such a weird actress that does just so many weird things that it was just so I think I've watched more Rebecca Ferguson movies in the last 2 months than I have ever in my life. But yeah, man, I thought Mercy was really good. Have you seen it, Gelby?
I have.
You
I
didn't
don't
like
think
it?
I don't. Oh, have you?
You didn't like it?
I left the room. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I really
So,
enjoyed
yeah,
it. What did you
I-
like? It's interesting.
I don't know.
Just in general. Just
Yeah,
in
just in
general.
general. I didn't like the look of it. Didn't like the story. This was like,
I just found it good because they actually went through the story in that 90 minutes. So it really fit into the. Again, I used to love 24 too with Keith Sutherland. So again, I like those ones that are real time sort of things. So I thought it was really good. I find that really interesting, man. That you didn't rate that at all. I
nah.
can't believe you left the room.
If I don't finish the movie, I'm not going to rate it.
ooh.
All right, so we have no rating there. Rich and I probably gave it a 3.5. No, I just thought it was a good watch. It just was light on the mind and didn't have to worry too much.
Yeah, I guess just.
I mean, I wasn't watching for anything deep. I just I've got to watch a movie. I do a podcast with my mates about movies. I need to watch something. And I've had it in the list for ages. And I was like, I remember Rich said it was all right. I'm going to throw it on. Just gave me something to watch, which I really didn't mind. And again, I think my biggest shock was I didn't mind Chris Pratt in it. I thought he was less annoying in that movie. I think he actually did pretty good acting in it. So, I mean, leading man caliber actor? No,
Yeah.
I would not say he is. And again, that's why probably that movie is probably in that mid tier because it was very much, Rebecca Ferguson is a very good supporting actress. Could she carry a movie? No. Could Chris Pratt carry a movie? No. Worked all right together. So yeah, I just found it enjoyable. I thought they did pretty well. I like how it ended. So okay. And that's it. Oh, and obviously Dark Knight Rises, which I am going to give it the I'll give it a 4.5 because I can't help it. I might give it a 4.5. No, I think
4.5.
Yeah, I think it really works with Batman Begins. Nah. All right, a 4. I'll give it. I'll put it in afterwards.
4.
It'll be a 4. All right, boys. Well, we have done it once again. We have made it to the end of another podcast. I thought that one was going to go short. Let's be honest. I thought that one wasn't going to have much to talk about. Well, I thought everyone except for Rich was going to be really disappointed. No, it's because I thought you were going to hate it, and so it wouldn't be very long because then we just have to go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But no, we had way too much enjoyment, so we really, really enjoyed it. So, boys, as always, thank you for your time. Really enjoyed chatting to you. Again, I'm really glad we got to do this, but yeah, we will not be doing the Batman. We need to have a little bat time out and relax a little bit from some other things. So we will be watching something different in the next couple of weeks. And I think we've got a Mortal Kombat coming up too. So I think we were going to try and get to the movies and actually see, do an out of theater at least, or at least go and see in the movies the Mortal Kombat 2, which I'm actually hanging for. I'm looking forward to that. So, and there's quite a few good ones coming up in the next couple of months. So keep an eye on the channel again. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, rate us, Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. Gents, really had a good time as always. Boys, good night, everyone. See you all.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.